No one knows the way but your damn self. People try to lend a hand but they can't help. You gotta pick and choose, we are wearing different shoes. Be a bigger you, go and get it, never hands out.
What's up, guys? Justin Murphy here, and today we're going to talk about why you aren't seeing results. We're going to talk about why you have been, unfortunately, on this this journey for a while of essentially bouncing around and trying all of these different diets and programs and coaches and jumping from one to the other, and maybe seeing results in the short term, but maybe still struggling of finding a place of sustainability and balance. And so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to really dive in on that, and we're going to start looking into what are the components that make up a successful journey, what a successful transformation. Who are the clients that seem to get results, and who are the clients that seem to not, and so that's really what I want to explore today, and hopefully kind of add some value and create some clarity, and really just get the point across about the reason why you're not seeing results is because whatever you're trying to do is just too hard. It's not sustainable, right? Let's think about it. Let's break it down. So what are the two most popular diets right now in 2018? The ketogenic diet, which is 70 to 75% of your calories coming from healthy fats, right? About 5% or less coming from carbohydrates, and about 15 to 20% coming from protein, okay? If you tried to only eat 5% or less of your calories from carbohydrates, there is no way in hell that you're going to be able to do that for the rest of your life. Okay? So in terms of sustainability, in terms of making things hard, in terms of making things complicated, in terms of the fact that most people in America right now live in a overstressed state, well, I'm not sure if doing something like the ketogenic diet is going to be something that's going to work for the majority of the population long term. Okay, let's look into something else, intermittent fasting. So intermittent fasting is something, again, super popular. There's different protocols with it, but in general, most people, they wake up, they don't eat anything until about 11 a.m. or so, and then they'll basically eat from 11 to 7, depending upon the fasting window, but essentially what they're doing is at the end of the day, if they're skipping breakfast and they were eating it before, well, they're just cutting their calorie intake. They're just dropping their calorie intake down. Let's say they're eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Well, now they're eating just lunch and dinner, right? And so most of the time, the calories end up just lowering down, and that's why people lose the weight. So, on the intermittent fasting side of things, there are the benefits of doing a fast. A lot of good GI and gut health benefits there. A lot of people like the fasting benefits through the morning, just with mental clarity. Myself, I like those benefits. So I'm not demonizing intermittent fasting. I'm not demonizing, the ketogenic diet. Like the ketogenic diet, again, it has its place. Epilepsy, neurodegenerative diseases, different things like that. Very, very, very sedentary populations, things like that, right? So there's always going to be diets that work really, really great for some people, and then some that aren't going to really work all that great, right? So what I want to look into and what I want to think about is, look, guys, like for most people, we get back to a place of sustainability, right? Like at some point we have to find a nutrition protocol or a diet or whatever you want to call it. Basically, at the end of the day, we got to learn how to eat healthy food, right? And in portions or quantities that support our lifestyle and our activity level. the majority of the time, right? And that means that you should be able to enjoy life and have fun every once in a while and enjoy the foods that you love and go on vacation and not feel guilty about it and all those things, right? But I think the big overarching theme here is that people are trying to make this too complicated. They think that there's going to be some magic pill or some special supplement or some magic diet or special workout program or some coach or guru or whatever. And the fact of the matter is, guys, is that there's not. There's no special or magic pill or easy solution or one size fits all. There's just not. And anybody that's trying to sell you that is basically just trying to essentially use marketing, right, to confuse the consumer and trick them into buying something that is essentially creating false hope for that individual. And so, guys, it's very, very simple here. The things that matter the most, you gotta sleep 7 to 8 hours a night. Okay? If you're sitting here sleeping 4, 5, 6 hours a night, if you're having all these issues with sleep, like that has to be addressed. It's a huge deal. Okay? Second, food quality. Look, we all know what good healthy food is. I mean, if you're sitting here eating out, going through the drive-thru all the time, buying fast food, buying freaking ding-dongs and whatever at the grocery store, if you're not eating vegetables and fruits, right? If you're not hitting your protein intake goals in terms of like eating and sourcing good quality meats and fishes and eggs and things like that, if you're not eating healthy fats, right? If you're drinking alcohol too much, if you're not working out, right? If you're eating too much or if you're eating too little, right? So there's so many different things that could be going on here, and it's so confusing. And I get it. I have empathy. I'm sympathetic. Like everybody in this world they're on a different journey in their life with nutrition, right? Let's take it way back. When I was in high school, I thought that I needed all the supplements under the sun. I would go to GNC and these places at 15, 16, 17, 18 years old and walk out spending $300 on supplements that I had no business taking. I had no idea what they even were. But what happened was I was getting ripped off. That's what was happening. Because I was going back and I was eating, I was eating chicken burritos from Taco Bell as if all chicken is created equal and that would help me kind of bulk up and get strong, right? So guys, we're all of us are on our own journey, right? That was almost 10 years ago for me now. And now I've helped thousands and thousands of people, learn and love to make nutrition something that's a staple in their life and a priority because they know that it allows them to truly live their best life. And so, I think when we really kind of get down to the foundational basis of this, the simplistic approach of this is, look, it's like you have to start with your habits. Plain and simple. You have to identify, you have to assess, you have to figure out what habits, what things are you consistently doing day in and day out that are inhibiting you or preventing you from being able to reach your goals. Because I promise you guys, the information is out there everywhere, right? If you really want to do the research, you can find it. If you don't have time to do the research, you can hire somebody, hire a coach, right? But at the end of the day, the work that's up to you to do consistently is what's going to ultimately lead you to where you need to be. And I personally, and obviously we found a lot of success with working with clients, is that, guys, like I want to try to make this as easy for you as possible. I realize that nutrition is not your number one priority. As much as I would love for it to be, it's not, right? And so I think one thing that we really have to realize is that like we need to try to make this process as easy as possible. We need to assess what you're currently doing. If you're currently not getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep every single night, we need to try to start sleeping 30 minutes more, right? If you're currently eating out way more than you're cooking, we need to start cooking more of our own food, right? If you've never logged your food before, you have no idea how much food you eat on a daily basis, what your quantities are, where your proteins and fats and carbs are at, where your total calories are at each day on average. If you don't know any of those things, or you've never logged your food or assessed to see, do it for at least a week, right? And at least get an assessment. And then from there, guys, you know, I think just being able to identify habits like that, identify habits like water intake, so simple, right? Are you drinking, you know, half of your body weight in fluid ounces of water each day at least? Well, if you're not, let's start, right? You know, are you eating your vegetables and fruits? Most people, you know, they let that kind of drop down. Let's get that vegetable intake up. Let's get the fruit intake up. Let's make sure that we get vegetables into every meal. Or if you're not doing any meals, let's get them into at least one, right? So start where you are and slowly start working to where you would aspire to be. But along the way, you have to create consistency. You have to realize that the diet, the pill, the blah, 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 none of that shit's gonna work, all right? It might work in the short term, but it's not gonna leave you in a good place in the long term. You're always gonna be looking for it. You're always gonna be trying to find the next fad diet. You're always gonna be hopping on board with the next coach, the next guru, the blah, 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 blah. Guys, quit it, it's done. Let's get to the bottom of this. Let's realize that we're making this stuff way too complicated, and let's start focusing on what needs to be done to get you to start living the life that you deserve to live, the best life. You deserve to feel good. You deserve to look good, and you deserve to perform good, not just in your workouts, but in your career, in your life, with your family, with your kids, with your husband or wife, in your career, all of these things. And it doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter if you're 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 or 60 or 70. When you start getting 80, 90, hundreds, I get it. There's a lot of things going on there. But most of us are not there, guys. And so the reality of it is like, look, if there's something, if you're not feeling that great, if you feel like crap all the time, if you're not happy with the way that you look, if you know that you've been eating unhealthy and really, you know, falling into bad, unhealthy lifestyle habits, if you've started drinking more alcohol than you know you should be, if you stop working out, you know, you just don't have the motivation to go to the gym anymore. If you stop doing personal development, if you stop learning, guys, there's so many things that I could sit here and talk about, and you know, I think what it brings me back to at the end of the day is that we really need to start at where you are in this journey. We don't need to sit here and try to, you know, throw a million different things at you and try to get you to change your whole entire life just to conform to some diet. All right? I think we need to meet you where you are in this journey. Okay? Let's identify your worst habit, and let's start with that. And as we fix that habit, as we improve it, right? It's gonna get to a point where that's not a bad habit anymore. It's gonna be where that's actually a positive habit that moves you forward. And once that's established, we'll identify the next lowest hanging fruit, right? We'll start improving on that, we'll fix that. And we'll keep going until we build you into a nutritional badass, essentially, right? So guys, I hope this helps. I hope this adds some motivation. My arm is looking great in this picture. I'm just kidding. I'm excited. I've been on my grind lately, guys, getting ready for Vegas. No alcohol at all. Been logging the food, hitting the 5 workouts a day, like staying strict. But doing it in a way that, you know, I'm letting myself live a little bit. I've definitely enjoyed some Halo Top ice cream here and there. Guys, it's all about finding balance, but I promise you, if you want something, where there is a will, there is a way, and if you need help at all, my team and I are here to help you. Guys, ask questions. I will answer your questions for free, okay? I wanna help, my team and I wanna help. We wanna create impact in this world. We know that there are so many freaking people out there ripping people off and selling them bullshit programs and pills and blah, 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 blah. And, you know, we're here to filter out the BS in the nutrition industry. We're here to help you. We're here to give you the answers and the solutions and to help you fix your problems and habits and to help you change your mindset along the way. So, guys, thank you so much for listening. It's been a 15-minute video this time. I keep ranting longer and longer. I keep saying that they're gonna be 5 to 10, so I definitely need to rewind that back. But this was important, this was needed, and I think this will really help to move a lot of people forward. So guys, thank you so much. Y'all have a great day.